Hey there, Lady Val here, welcoming you back to On the Far Side of Whimsy. It's been a little while. I had some technical difficulties on my last couple of videos, so I had to get in touch with my fiber optic company and see if they could make some changes. So they did, and we'll see how it goes. My phone luckily didn't stop recording because it would transfer from one. We have two. We have a section for the shop and we have the house. So it would automatically change from the house Wi-Fi to the shop Wi-Fi. But my tab, for some reason, would cut out and I wasn't sure I was filming. So that was the issue. So hopefully it's resolved. So I have been posting the embellishments I've done on the pages, the backdrops that I had made in my previous videos. So we only have two sections left to do the backdrops, and if you're interested in seeing the embellishments that I do, those are on Mandy Reed's group, which is Junk Journal Fix with SunflowersAndDors. And I am on the design team, and this is the project that I chose to work on, which is a Steampunk Blue kit, which if you find that you like it and would like to purchase it, you can do that from her Etsy store, which is SunflowersAndDors. So the next section that I'm working on, gotta get it to the right place. This, by the way, let me tell you first, I named this little folio that I'm working on Annabelle, and the first page shows Annabelle here, and that's what I called this folio, which I don't usually name my works, but I thought she just looked like an Annabelle to me. So we finished quite a few of the pages, but the one we're working on today is going to be this lovely steampunk bird that we have here. So I've gotten some things out. I kind of pre-prepped on it. I wanted to use for the back, not behind the bird, I'm going to be using this paper here, which will back the bird, and on the back is part of the kit. And then I wanted to bring in some of the steampunk light bulbs and things, which I had some paper that I am going to be using for that. It's just part of, I love steampunk. In fact, we have some lights like this. We have an area that's a sort of a patio. It's indoor patio that my husband decorated beautifully and made props for a Harry Potter party, but we also had some steampunk lights that we picked up, which actually went beautifully with it. So we've always had a little touch of steampunk here and there. So anyway, so what I'm going to do, like I've done with the other pages, is, these two pages are going to be joined, and then we're going to be putting them this way into the paper and decorating. So that's what we're going to do first. So I'm going to get this. These are all my little decorations I've got ready. So I'm going to get out my glue paper here. Grab my glue stick. My Scotch Create glue stick. I have two favorites. I have the actual one I really love is the Oohoo glue stick, but I'm out of those, and I happen to have the Scotch Create ones, so I have several of those left, so I'm going to go ahead and use those to join these two papers. And we're going to go from there. Yeah, it's been a busy couple weeks around my house. I don't know. It's probably busy for everybody, but it just seemed busier for me than usual, which kept me from doing my videos besides my technical issues. My husband works here on the property, which I've mentioned before, so oftentimes you know, he has clients that come in, you know, have tea or coffee with him and so forth. So sometimes it's a little hard to video with so many people in the house. It gets a little noisy. So, but he loves what he does, and I love that he has something that he loves, and you know, that gives me my creative ability here in my craft room most of the time. Need to trim a little bit of that off, I'm afraid. It's a little, doesn't quite match up. Yeah, so it works out for both of us because I retired, you know, a couple of years ago, and he's semi-retired. He doesn't work like he used to do because, you know, he works when he wants to, and it's usually every day. He loves what he does, so. And I love what I do. So, I did move back. I have 2 areas that I craft in, actually. I had a whole setup in my den so I could be out, you know, not be isolated in my craft room, because I have a whole craft room as well. I'm very, very lucky. But for the purposes of filming, which I just recently started doing, and I'm afraid it does show, and I apologize for that. I hope to get better at this. But, you know, I'm more isolated back here, which doesn't bother me. I don't mind that, but sometimes, you know, it would be nice to be back out there. Because we do have, my husband has a partner also that stays here with us a few days a week. Because he lives about an hour away, and it's a lot of gas money. So we have an extra bedroom here, so he just stays with us. And he's kind of like our adopted son. Yeah. So, and he helps us out, which is nice. Okay, that looks good. Now today I think I'm going to do a tag top. I've done one other tag top. I either round the corners, which a lot of the papers are rounded, or I do a tag top on a couple of them. So this one I think will be a tag top. I've been kind of going around a lot of things with Rusty Hinge ink, so that's what I'm going to continue to do for the next couple of pages, or the last 2 pages that we have. Backdrops, I'm calling them. Yes. Backdrops, and trying to keep them varied so it's not the same throughout. Okay, let's go back to our page. Okay, this one side, it has a pocket on one side, and the other side has our Steampunk Bird. I think. So I'm going to get my pencil here and kind of mark along here. So I only glue where our birdie is. Don't want to go above it and get glue everywhere. Hopefully I can see that. It's not real easy to see actually down this. See if I can get it back in there. My goodness. I need to mark it a little bit more. It's a little too light for me to see. Okay, that hopefully is a little bit better. Well, we'll give it a shot here. And I'm going to use my Beacons 3-in-1 for this to make sure it holds really well. So I hope everyone is having a very crafty, wonderful start to your week. It is always a fun time for me when I'm able to get to my craft room. And I know life kind of takes us away sometimes. You know, we've got responsibilities around the house, or not feeling well, or, you know, different things, but I'm sure that people that are in our craft group or tune into these videos are pretty much have the same attitude about their crafting as I do. They love it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this in the pocket on one side. Gotta get that kind of even. Flip it back over and make sure we're good on this side. Yeah, we did pretty well. It's got a little bit of seepage there. A couple of places I see where the pencil is showing. We don't want that. There we go. Okay, now what I have picked out for this particular section, I have some rub-ons, which I did some rub-ons from the dollar store on one of my pages, the hot balloon page, and they were not of very high quality. But I do have some other ones that I've been using, so I've chosen a few of those. And the one that I thought would be good, let me see if I can find it. There we go. This is just some steampunk piping, which I thought would just add a little bit of fun to this page next to our bird. And the way these work, for those of you that don't know, I'm sure most of you do, there may be a few beginners out there that don't know, and of course I can't get it off. There we go. You separate the clear page that has the image on it from the backing, and the backing you can just toss. And you place this on your page where you would like it to be. And when you get it on there, you have a little popsicle stick that they give you. Or this one also came with a little paddle for the bigger ones, but you can use it. You can use whatever you have actually to rub these on with. It's just a matter of making the image, pressing it down so it sticks to your paper. And once you have done that, I'm going to go over it with the popsicle stick. once you have done that, and you pull off the clear part, it's on there. Isn't that great? Looks wonderful. Yeah, that's going to work beautifully. Now, the other thing I had thought about doing, I don't think there's going to be room for this like I thought there was. I may have to rethink that. What I had planned, but the bird actually comes up a little too high for this. I was going to have a timepiece on there. I'll have to rethink that now. But the other thing I was going to do, I have this filigree metal piece that I want to glue over here, and then I have another little piece I want to put in the middle. So I'm going to do that for sure. Come on, glue. Sometimes my glue doesn't cooperate with me. But I'm also using the Beacons 3-in-1 for this because it holds metal nicely to paper. In fact, I haven't found anything that Beacons 3-in-1 won't hold. Truly, it's really good glue. I'll wipe some of the excess off that's seeping out the top. This is how my fingers get so gluey, so to speak, because I'm always in the middle of glue somewhere. Just gonna press that down a little bit. I use this paddle, which is just a little plastic paddle. It keeps your fingers out of the glue as much as possible, but it also doesn't stick to the glue. It holds everything down. As long as you don't hold it on there too long, because it would glue it if you do. Oh, we've got a big machine. They must be doing our roads. I live on a dirt road, and we had a couple days of lots of rain last week. And when that happens, our road gets very rutted. But luckily, we live on in an area where the county actually does our roads. Not everyone is so lucky. So, but right now I see the big machine going by, so they're smoothing out our roads, and it's a good thing, because once when it rains and gets rutted, it's just a mess. This is not exactly flat, so I'm going to try to get this to stick in the middle. Oh my goodness. See what I said? It's stuck to my paddle. Okay. I'm just going to leave that sit there for a minute. Okay, so this is going to be pretty bare for a minute or two, because I'll tell you, it did not work out the way I thought it was going to. Yeah, definitely. And I really don't want like the clock by itself. So I'm going to have to decide what else I want there. I'm just going to give that a minute to dry before we move on to the back side. Well, while we're waiting for that to dry, let me just move that up a little bit so we can be working on something else. This is going to be the thing I'm going to put in the pocket on the back, a little tag here. and it happens to have a very white border, which I'm not in favor of really white borders, so I'm going to trim that off real quick. And then I'm going to decorate it so it has more of a steampunk vibe. I am a very messy crafter, which I have mentioned before, so when I'm cutting things out, most of the time the scraps go onto the floor. And when I was working in the den where I said I had a second, craft area, I could just, sweep it up because it's tile floor in there. But here in my craft room, I have carpet, and trust me, it is not as easy to keep tidy as it was in there. So you can probably hear my dog barking in the background. We again have people here either picking up cars, dropping cars off, because like I've said, my husband, I restore MGBs and repair MGBs, so. And if you don't know what an MGB is, it is a British sports car. My husband is British and still loves his British sports cars. I'm going to cut this label in half. I'm sorry, I try so hard to stay in the camera line. I don't do a very good job of it, I'm afraid. I cut this label in half because I don't need the whole thing. So let me see if it's going to be good to me. And let me separate the two. Sometimes it's a quick and easy thing, and other times it is not. I use a dull craft knife to separate the two. I'm always impressed with the creators out there that are able to separate these so easily. There we go. Now can I get it? Come on. Nope, it's going to give me a hard time, but I am used to that. It takes patience. Come on. Okay. I'm concentrating. It's not helping, by the way. Okay, it's being very stubborn, so my plan is I'm going to be putting that gear sticker at the top there, but I'm going to, instead of sitting there having you watch me try to separate those, just going to ink this up and put the butterfly on, and I'll give it one more college try, and if it doesn't work, I'll do it off camera instead of wasting everyone's time here on camera. In the meantime, I'm going to be putting, this is another rub-on. This is a butterfly, a steampunk butterfly. And I'm going to be putting that right on here. Okay. Rubbing that on. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it does have little gears on the tips of its wings. Okay, that should do it. Beautiful. Okay, one more try. Sorry, I get very quiet when I'm concentrating. Nope, let's try the other side. Oh my goodness. It's being extra stubborn because I'm on camera today. I can tell you that. Extra stubborn. Aha! Did I get it? Yes! Woohoo! Okay, we're just going to be. Let's see, how can we get. Now we'll do it. I think I'm trying to get as many of these on here as I can. There we go, that's going to be good enough. Okay, I'm going to cut this one off up here and probably put it down on the side. Stuck to my finger. There we go. Okay, good deal. And I need to just trim off the clear bit here. Okay. There we go. That tag is finished and this is probably dry. Yes, it is. So we're going to go to the back. This will eventually go in here when I finish decorating this part. Okay, that goes off to the side. Okay, now what I have planned for this is I needed to get a train in here somehow, a steam-powered train, because anybody that knows anything about steampunk knows that steam in the industrial era, the Victoria and era, there was steam trains. And in fact, last time I was in England with my husband visiting his friends and family, they had the Bluebell Railway, which is still runs a steam train, and it's pretty touristy, but it's still fun to see this old steam train. And it takes you, I forget it, you don't go very far, and you just come back. It goes to a few towns down and back, but it's still a fun experience. It's the old railway stations, and it's just a nice experience. Okay, so I'm gonna always gotta wipe my 3-in-1 glue off because it kind of oozes out the top. And this is a little piece I'm going to put on the side here. And then we have this piece that says Journey, and it has a you know, the gears in the back and a little clock, and I'm going to put that at the top. Yeah, so the steam, of course, steam engines were, you know, everybody was in ooh and ah of the steam engine because it changed people's lives greatly during that time period. You could move people from one place to the other, a lot of people at once. Replace the buggies of those days, the horse and buggies, you know, when people needed to go, especially long distances. And of course the tracks had to run that way. But eventually, just like anything else, progress took over, and those people got to take advantage of a wonderful time in our history. So here's our train, our steam train. And that's going to go right there. Yeah, progress is always changes people's lives. You know, and I kind of laugh because I'm older. I'm in my 70s, so, you know, I've seen a lot of changes, and just like my parents before me saw a lot of changes, and the next generation will do the same. It just carries on with the progress of each generation. But it's always nice to look back in history to remember the things that came before us. And this is one of them. This is an opportunity to do that. And I'm going to put the word steam on there since we are looking here at a steam engine. And I got a couple of little gears out to put on here for the wheels. Oops, got all carried away. There we go. And I have another one. Okay. Dab up the extra glue. And use the glue eraser because I did get a little bit up above there that was not intentional. It just slipped a little bit. So now at the top, I have this piece of a postcard. Actually, I cut the steam engine out of this postcard, so I wanted to use this and these other couple of pieces, so I'm going to ink them all up. And this particular little label says Steampunk Voyager, so I thought that was appropriate to go along with our steam engine. And the rusty hinge just adds to the steampunk feel for everything. And this other little piece here. These were all little pieces that I cut from the postcard that I thought I would incorporate into this little spread. So I'm going to put this at the top here, close to the top of the tag. I'm actually going to glue these two together first. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right around the edge so I can position the card on there so it doesn't get it doesn't move when we're trying to position everything on there. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. That's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and this little piece. Is going to go right down here. Make sure we get that straight. I'm not very good at getting things straight, by the way. Okay, perfect. Well, when I say perfect, I don't mean it's perfect, perfect. I mean it's perfect for me. Now we're going to glue this whole thing on. Okay, and I'm putting this right up where the top of the tab starts. And giving that a good press down. Getting rid of a little excess glue there. And down here some more. There we go. Okay, then our little tag. Looks like it needs a little trim at the top here. Looks good. I'm going to burnish that down just a little bit. Okay. Put our little tag in there. Okay, well, that is our backdrop for this particular page. And I'll be doing, like I said, some embellishing off camera, and you can check those out if you're interested in the Junk Journal and Fix with Sunflower and Doors group. And I'm also going to have to rethink this because my little plan for that up here didn't work out. So I will be figuring something out for that and displaying that in the group as well. So that's it for today. Have a wonderful day, and we will catch you next time.